Hi guys, let's play a bit with our friend the Wolverine. So essentially you can see we're combat rating 104. We're almost very close to being a 105. Ideally if we can buy maybe a mask or maybe the mask and the neck will probably go to 105. The reason to go to 105 is to be able to do the patrol catastrophe mission and to be able to farm 98 CR gear. So let's start easy and let's start with some tier 5 missions that still give us marks of victory at this point. So I'm just not sure if I'll do the solo first or I'll start with the duos. Let's take a look. So I'll try to start to do with the tier 5 missions and I'll try to do some tier 6 missions after. Oh yeah, we have access to... I guess we could start with the NV solo while we wait. So let's talk to our friend Cyborg.
Jesse, one of Trigon's sons, is gathering envy energy. We must put a stop to it. Head out there and Wonder Woman will fill you in on what to do next.
Lately, there doesn't seem to be that many people doing tier 5 missions, sadly, so the cure do take a bit of time. Tier 5 and Tier 6 are a bit problematic for that. The cure times are a bit long. And when I'm talking about Tier 6, I'm talking about the older Tier 6 content, like the newer missions. Getting a group for the newer missions is a bit quicker. But for the older missions, it can take a while sometimes. And I won't even mention all the times that you try to do a duo and someone enters the duo and leaves as soon as they see your character for I don't know reasons.
Put a stop to it by destroying the orbs. Speaking of demons, cultists are performing a ritual that will summon a demon to this realm. Disrupt those rituals. Demons are one thing we have plenty of here. You must prevent Jared from completing the Wrath ritual. It will make him far too powerful.
So our friend is combat rating 140 something, which in theory should make the mission easier. In practice, it's not always the case. Like I've seen some higher level players who get completely lost in this mission, as if they never did the mission before. Which I guess it could be possible if they always did the 4 player or 8 player missions, and if our friend pretty much carried them through the game. And yeah, I can see why how they would not be able to they would get lost in the cathedral, like if they never did the mission before. Well, I guess yeah, sure they can get lost from lack of knowing the layout of the mission. Although by now we have once you reach what combat training 140, there's this mission, but there's also the desecrated cathedral mission that should help you learn the layout of the map. But somehow a lot of people seems to not have learned it, or maybe they're just bad with orienting themselves, which I guess is possible.
So I'm doing the paleo diet. I'm paying my future assistant Leo. He brings me a hamburger. Oh, you get it. The paleo. Watching inferiors at work
I will burn your flesh with mine blade.
Usually I'll wait a bit just in case our friend gets lost, which has been happening quite a lot lately. And again, you would think that sometimes people being combat rating 140 or more, they would know the layout, but sadly it's not the case.
What? How did you get past my guards? My barriers? You will pay. I won't destroy just you. When I have my father's power, I will destroy everything you've ever loved. I will have my father's power.
So I'm not sure if our friend will come to the tower for Jack. I guess he will.
Man, Jared really needs to install an elevator in here. What do you want? I'll give you all the best.
Calculation complete. Well done. But
Let's give our friend a victory thumbs up.
Jared will be
Somehow it didn't work.
and good work taking care of Jack. He may not seem like an overachiever, but we can't allow any of this
It's not a healing barrel, but I'll do the trick. Holy crap, I have a lot of crap in my inventory. I'm gonna have to clear some of that up. I'll already, I guess we could refill a cola stack. Well, let's see what's in the box. Our plan. So let us cure for the Tunnel of Lust. Oh, I didn't do the vault yet. Later. So let us cure for the Tunnel of Lust. Essentially, I'm keeping the Knight's Dome for after we're going to do this mission. We're going to go talk to Wonder Woman, and it should unlock the bonus boss in the Knight's Dome. So let's continue our mission while we wait. So my Wolverine character hasn't changed in quite a while. Essentially, I'm using the battle display, the paralyzing darts, the distract, and the napalm grenade, and of course stealth and galvanize. I think it is anesthetic. And the best combo I have right now is distract, paralyzing darts. Either that or I'll use the weapon masteries. Let's get rid of our old friend here because I don't like him. Oh, what do you know? We can do the Tunnel of Lust. Again, that's another place where people get lost a lot, even higher level players. Let's try to sell some crap. And I hope our friend will wait for us. Well, I guess he did wait.
Find Jacob and stop him from completing the ritual of lust. We can't allow this to go on any longer.
Oh, I thought he was going to stay as a tank. Essentially, I pretty much prefer when people remain as a tank. Tanks or healers are those I don't really have to try to keep alive. Usually, sometimes I'll be with other DPSs. You'll see that in some of my other videos. Or essentially, some DPSs have like no survivability, and I pretty much have to try and keep them alive. If I'm playing like a healer type character, it's a lot easier. If I'm playing a controller, it's a bit harder. I'll have a group shield to help me keep them alive. But a group shield is a supercharge, so it's a limited use. And so some people really need help staying alive through the mission. So very often people will have one-dimensional characters that will be good at doing one thing, like doing lots of damages. Sadly, they don't do enough damages to kill let's say, the boss before the end of the fight. So they'll pretty much die before the fight is over. Essentially, they won't be able to stay alive through the whole fight. And they won't do enough damage. Like, if they did enough damage quickly to kill the boss before the boss can kill them, then you figure, okay, that's good enough. But sometimes no matter how much damage they do, they can't seem to do enough damage before they get killed. And sadly, very often they have no survivability. They have no power that can give them a bit of a heal over time, or they'll have no power that give them some sort of a protective shield. And often they'll have no supply drops, and even worse, sometimes they'll have no colas equipped. Not too long ago, there was this guy who I quickly noticed he wasn't using colas at all, until I realized that he had no colas equipped at all. Well, we were doing the Night's Dome duo at the time, and so it became pretty obvious that the guy did not have colas. And then I did a quick inspect, and as expected, he did not have colas equipped.
Hi.
Hi there. Thanks for watching.
Who are you? Why are you here? I told them no new members. Jacob's mine. All mine.
I guess I'm going to do range.
More fans to devote themselves to me. I'm intrigued. How far will you go to get that which you desire? I don't
So I guess so far we've been lucky. We've had two pretty decent partners, and not because just because they're high level players, but because they don't rush ahead. I probably shouldn't say that. If I mention it, it'll probably happen. But essentially, they don't rush ahead. They pretty much stick together. So that's nice.
Well, if it isn't the pretty boy himself, I'm going to scratch out your eyes. All four of them.
Oh, cheetah.
And on the hero side, we're pretty lucky. We're facing Cheetah. The evil villains are facing Donna Troy, which is much tougher or much trickier, I would say, because of her Donna Troy redirects damage. So I've often seen players pretty much kill themselves facing Donna Troy. I have to admit, the first time I faced her, I pretty much killed myself as well. You have to learn at some point. I guess our friend really didn't want to come into the barrel, the energy of the barrel. Oh well, it happens.
but they were too much for us.
Oh, you silly, stupid creature. You've led them to me. I think we should see other people. Be gone! And you, I knew you would go to any lengths to be with me. Your desires will fuel the final stage of my ritual. If you refuse me, you will die.
Spike rubber chicken? An empty vial? Demon blood? Who would buy this junk?
I'm not sure what our friend is doing. So let's see if our...
loadout.
Well, it's not the most powerful loadout. It's I would call it a role play loadout. I'm pretty sure no one else uses that. Like it's not what you would call how would you say that, a cookie cutter loadout, if it makes any sense. But it works well enough. Of course, if you want to be the top of the scoreboard, don't use that loadout. It will not help you.
Dinner time.
Scanning. Jacob has a hard time taking no for an answer, but you certainly resisted his charms. You've spared a lot of people from Jacob's and Julius's overindulgences.
So let's get out of here. Like I understand, it's not a typical loadout that most gadget players would use. Like essentially, battle display, a lot of people use it for the advanced mechanic. I'm not sure if many people use a paralyzing dart. Essentially, the most powerful attack I have is a paralyzing dart in combo with distract. So you use distract and then you use a paralyzing dart, and usually the paralyzing dart will do a lot of damage. Although sometimes it doesn't do all that much damage. Even if I do the combo, it's almost like a love tap. I guess there's a random factor, or maybe sometimes I just don't execute the combo quite properly. It's quite possible. The napalm grenade, it's just I like using that attack. It's a bit of a damage over time. Again, not the most powerful abilities, but it does the trick well enough. And aesthetic gives me some healing abilities combined with a battle display. So I guess those pretty much mimic the Wolverine healing factor, so to speak. And I pretty much made this a stealthy character with stealth and distract. So it's not the most powerful. If you're looking for a powerful loadout, this is not a loadout for you. This is just what I call one of my role play loadouts. Essentially a loadout that more or less fits within the theme of the Wolverine character. Even though I'm cheating a bit with things like the dual pistol mastery. Uh, like Wolverine doesn't really use his guns, but at some point he was part of the Weapon X program, and I seem to recall him using guns. Like before he had his adamantium claws and his adamantium
Yeah,
skeleton.
bro.
Yeah, bro. So I would label this pretty much a role-play character. If you're looking for a more powerful character, that's not really good for you, I suppose. And right now I'm trying to raise him so that he can have the Ras Al Ghul hairstyle. Which will take a while, I guess. Crap, keep on targeting, there we go. Sometimes you have to fight a little bit with the targeting system. Sometimes it really wants to target the wrong target. Ah, crap. Sometimes if you wait, sometimes there's a demon that comes out of the ground as you click on the portal. There's a feat for getting X amount of those demons. But I've done that feat quite a while ago, and I don't really plan on doing that again.
How do you get to level 100?
Essentially, you have to be able to reach tier 6. I'll show you in just a second.
That will definitely give us a tactical advantage in the Nightstone area. Head back to camp.
Watching you in a fight is like watching the epic.
Essentially, you're going to be tier 5 until combat rating 99. Once you reach combat rating 99, then you can start doing the tier 6 iconic missions. That will allow you to reach combat rating 100. So at 100, you reach tier 6. So essentially, in order to get to 100, you have to pretty much reach the end of tier 5 and the beginning of tier 6. For that, you'll need yeah, some 90 CR gear. About half of your gear should be item level 90, and about half of your gear should be item level 85, and you should be able to reach 100. And right now I'm trying to reach 105. For that, I need mostly pretty much all my gear has to be gear 90, item level 90, other than a handful of items that need to be item level 94. So usually I'll go for the belt 94, the rings 94. The next piece will probably be the mask or the neck piece. I'm not sure yet. So I'll get either one of those, see if I reach combat rating 105, and if not, I'll then get the other. So let's go see our friend Cersei, and we should be able to cure for the Knight's Dome duo, and also we'll keep on doing the other solos. And essentially at combat rating 104, it's pretty much the last time I'm going to be able to do those missions. At least if I want to get marks of victory from them. Once I reach 105, those all the missions over here will no longer give me marks of victory. So essentially, once you reach combat rating 100, you can see you can do the early tier 6 missions for marks, and you can do the tier 5 missions for marks. So it gives you a lot more missions available to in order to gather marks. So that should allow you to get quite a bunch of marks of victory fairly quickly if you do both tiers. If you do both tier 6 and tier 5 missions, that gives you quite a lot of missions. The only drawback is that some of those missions are pretty difficult to find a group for.
Take a moment and celebrate your triumph over the Sons of Trigon.
So essentially, as you see, I got some reward boxes. Like these two boxes are from the bonus bosses you get in the duos. So and they give you essentially 85 combat rating 85 gear or item level 85 gear. So I pretty much got the whole suit if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's go for the let's take the head and the shoulders. So the nice thing about those bonus bosses, you only get them like once every 5 days, but you can actually select the piece of gear that you want. So before you have when you have around gear 80, 81, 83, these are a nice upgrade to 85. And they're unattuned gear, so you can also use them to start building yourself some DPS gear or some controller gear or healer gear, depending on your role. Nothing really worth it. So let's go sell a few things.
I was recruited with a promise of fighting evil. But instead I'm selling colas in hell.
Paparazzi. None of them are welcome here.
So again, essentially to reach combat rating 100 or level 100, you're going to need 85 gear or 90 gear. A mix of both. Just 85 gear, I don't think that's enough. You really need at least a couple, about half of your gear should be combat gear 90. So you're gonna have like in here. This is the Scion of Ion chest. This is the Scion of Ion back. So these are combat rating 90 gear that I purchased from the combat rating 90 vendors. The same with the neck piece, I think.
It's
So
a
let's talk to our
blood
friend
monster
Constantine,
The cult of wrath is what
and let's talk to Zatanna.
Jacob, one of Trigon's sons, is collecting lust energy to use.
So we should be able to cure for the Knight's Dome duo. So let's do that, and we'll do the solo missions while we wait. If we're lucky, we won't wait too long. If we're not lucky, we still have plenty of missions we can do, so it won't really be an issue. So that would make sense. Essentially, once you reach combat rating, once you reach tier 5 and you gather combat rating gear 85 or 90, uh, at some point you should be able to reach combat rating 100. Well, we didn't have to wait too long, so that's good. If I'm really brave, I may even try to do the Trigon's mission. We'll see. So let's give a little bow to our friend.
You mustn't allow Jesse to complete the ritual of envy. It will bring him closer to releasing his father.
As you can see with this character, I pretty much use a mishmash of weapon masteries and advanced mechanics. It's depending on the situation and how things go. That's pretty much what decides if I use the advanced mechanic or the weapon mastery or both.
You will not disrupt the ritual.
Usually here I try to be careful not to break the stone. I try to keep it for when we'll fight the hordes of mobs. Our friend switched to controller, which is good in my book. There are people who complain when people aren't DPSs. I don't really mind it. Sometimes I even prefer it. Although I wish our friend drank a cola, but let's use the stone to keep him alive.
Ooh, impressive techniques. Have you been studying dance boxing at the University of Metropolis Online?
Oh well. Our friend just broke a stone. So he's essentially just try and pull those guys just a few at a time. It requires a bit more patience than jumping in the fray, but it's usually the safer way to do it. I prefer slow and steady wins the race than trying to be a boss and end up messing everything up. As you saw, distract and paralyzing dart, when it works, it really works. But sometimes it barely does a tiny bit of damage. Luckily, we're going to have our ninjas with us to fight the evil Gizmo.
Fight for me. Who truly envies my power?
So let's get to it. I could have sworn there was a stone right here. Or did we break it and I didn't notice? That could be. The healing of the battle display is not that much, but it adds up throughout the whole fight. Sometimes that's enough to keep your character alive until the end. So let's try and pull our friend Jesse over here. Well, I wouldn't have used her stone right away, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. Sadly, if you can notice, our friend Mystic Space is not using his power over time. It doesn't really matter because I think I'm doing a fairly good job managing my power with this little guy. But it's always heartbreaking when a controller doesn't give power. Or at least doesn't have his power over time going. Although I think he is using power dump, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, he probably uses his power dump. How come we don't have the bonus boss? Oh, we're 4 out of 5. Oh, I'm so sad now. Well, let's give a thumbs up to our friend. Well, let's give him a little bow. Why not? Oh, wrong one. So let's go and finish
To collect lost energy. Find his couriers and release the energy they carry.
the two solos we have here.
Masters.
Actually, well, let's try. Well, let's give a try to Trigon. Well, let's cure us a DPS also, just in case. So here we need the energy from the imps. Essentially the imps are coming over here, so we could just stand here and wait for them. Why wait? Essentially I'm trying to stick to single target attacks so that I don't end up pulling every demon this side of the Mississippi. Let's wait a bit. Damn, the range of those blasters for those imp is pretty far. So far we managed. Crap. We managed to keep our little friend imps pretty much isolated, which is nice. Except for that one that was running to the end of the earth. And of course we need a demon for our last one.
You've done well to disrupt Jacob's supply chain.
Guess we're done here.
Take out the incubus that oversees the imps. The Sentinels have sent word that he's in the area. Find him and stop him.
Let's summon our ninja friends and even our Tombat. And yeah, I did not pay my rent in a while, so I only have 2 ninjas. So before we go see our friend Wonder Woman, let's go do the Wrath mission first. And essentially we need 5 more marks of victory to purchase either the mask or the neck piece. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Oh, I thought I could go through. Oh well. Sometimes you cut it too close and little. Oh, well, I guess we're going to be able to do Trigon. So we'll just remain here.
Jared's followers are pushing their victims beyond their emotional breaking points.
Waller here. This affair is now under Task Force X jurisdiction. I've assigned members of the Suicide Squad to assist you in your objectives. Just keep your nose down. The squad won't step a toe out of line.
Oh, with no healer, that's going to be a bit tricky. And somehow our friend Market Rainbow is just standing there. And I guess our friend Snake Mine decided to wait at the entrance and let us do the work. Leave. Sadly, lots of not so good players in this universe. I would say D-bags, but that may be a bit harsh.
I'm about to be level 30.
Ah, that's good. The game up to level 30 is, I think it's the most fun part. I really enjoy creating new characters and replaying the game from level 1 to level 30. It's quite a different experience.
My place is
Scanning. Some of our allies have been captured by raft demons and thrown into cages nearby. Free them, and hope that we haven't gotten to them too late.
The good thing I like about doing the missions up to level 30, it's you pretty much always do different missions. When you reach level 30, it pretty much become a different game in the sense that you have to essentially repeat and repeat and repeat the same handful of missions.
Scanning. Scanning.
So let us go find the Keymaster, who's usually around here.
Find him and
Oh,
stop
there
him
he
from
is.
brutalizing those people.
Oh, let's summon our friends, because why not?
That should slow down their operation. Head back to the garrison while we plan our next move.
So let us go see our friend Wonder Woman.
What you've done will help our efforts more than you know.
Oh, let's sell first. I'll probably have a bunch of crap in my
This job
inventory.
isn't glamorous, but it's necessary.
Oh, I don't have that style. 25, a 25 point feed. That's nice. Oh, and I got the hammer. Uh, well, let's see what's in the box. Some boots that I can't use. Let's use that plan.
Sorry, I'm closed for business. Just kidding, I never close.
Yeah, I should probably have kept the hammer for the style, but whatever. Pretty sure I'll never use a hammer with this character, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah, I could have warped my base and then warped to the Gotham Under Siege, but I kind of like sometimes to take the long way around. Oh, I didn't check. Probably have around 22 marks of victory. So once I do the 3 solo missions of Gotham Under Siege, I should have all the marks I need to purchase myself a brand new mask. So let's start by doing that. If you're wondering where I'm going, I can hear something.
Like us, the enemy has a rooftop station with several ballistae. I fear the range of these war machines can reach the nearby bridge. Our flyers are relentlessly assaulting the outpost, but their soldiers keep shooting them down. The fates call on you once
So
again.
let's see which mission this
Details
is.
will soon become clear.
The Scrying Bowls. the bridge.
Hey, you look just like the type of warrior we need.
And the ballista. Holy crap. Oh, let's start with the bridge. Essentially, it's right over here. It's right next to where we start.
Supply units are attempting to break through our blockade along the river. I need you to keep that from happening.
Yeah, overuse or I spam the tactical.
Are you a hero?
Yeah, that's a hero character. Come on, the Wolverine has to be a hero. I guess I could see the argument for an evil version of the Wolverine character, like the Dakin version, I suppose, around the time of what was it called? When essentially the Thunderbolts were pretending to be the Avengers. You had Bullseye as Hawkeye and Venom as a Spider-Man and Dakin as the Dark Wolverine, I guess. So the infiltrating enemies should be here. Although it's a bit sad seeing how Marvel pretty much messed up their Wolverine character. I guess it's one of those cases where you have to wonder what were they thinking. I guess my friend Amazons are too effective. They killed everyone. Just one more. Well, let's try not to throw her off the building. And usually the guard major are over here, I think. Oh yeah. Well, let's try and fight only one of those. And as I was saying before, sometimes I do have a tendency to spam the tactical display a bit too much. I prefer to overuse it than not to use it enough, I guess. Let's go to the ballistas. We'll do the scrying bowls last.
Mother and Circe have filled the sky with their forces. Hurry, clear the air of the enemy.
Sadly, since they made all the changes to the combat rating, the missions with the ballista is pretty much a bit of a nightmare. Essentially, like this power of this volley of arrow is pretty much useless now. Oh, no more birds. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not working. Let's get out of here. We had some lag. Huge lag. It doesn't look good. So let's try again. I wasn't sure if I was still recording. Wasn't sure if I was still recording. It seems to be working, so let's try again. Not sure what happened, some sort of Uber lag or... Oh, I missed it. Oh well. I'll get it someday, maybe. Or not. I knew that if I had 1,000 arrows, I would get it at some point. I guess we're done here. So let's go and free some birds. Because we're nice like that. We want to help our fellow birds. And let's avoid fighting the captain if we don't have to. Just one more bird. I guess I got outside of the zone a little bit. So let's go and find ourselves a cockatrice. There's no way I'm pronouncing it properly. Sorry about that. Usually they're over here, and there's one. Let's summon our ninja friends, and let's get started. Let's try... crap. Luckily she flies. I didn't want to throw her off the roof. So the last one should be... Oh yeah, it's the Scry Havoc one, and I could have sworn I heard something. Oh well. There's one right here. We passed it on our way over here.
Enemy troops are passing south of our rooftop base.
So let's go to the vantage point thingy, and let's be extra careful because essentially we're right next to the villains. Like the villains are right over there. And I see it right here. That's the guard I was looking for. We have two soldiers. Sometimes it's a soldier and a lion or something like that. Oh, and now it's the Cyclops. So let's look for our friendly. Oh, there he is. Oh, we can summon our friendly ninjas, but we don't really need to. And I guess we're done. So we should be able to go and purchase ourselves a brand new, probably a mask. We'll see. The mask or the neck piece? Which should I upgrade? Let's go for the mask.
I
Unless
hope you learned something useful from those scrying bowls.
we're at 9 out of 15. If we had been at 15, I would have done the bonus boss first. And essentially, you don't want to buy this mask. It's a 90 item level 92. At this point, we have access to item level 94. You can purchase the 92 level mask if you want to, but you don't have to. At least, I don't think you do. So let's go back to the watchtower. There's also a gear vendor here, but yeah, we don't have access to the gear yet. Later. So essentially the 94 vendor is right on the other side here. Right next to our friend Mr. Miracle. I love that look.
May I repair your gear?
As you saw, it says already collected, but that's the style. We already have the style. But now let's buy the actual mask for the stats. Let's go for the mask. We said the mask, and let's stick to the mask. And I guess we're still 104. So we will need the neck piece in order to go to 105. So let's go to our base a bit. Let's imprint our new mask. And of course, I had a controller mask. So let's unequip our mask here and then switch to controller. And let's do the same for arena. Yeah, I haven't done much arena with this character, and it doesn't really matter what mask I wear, just force of habit. And essentially, like as you can see, I don't have the Ras Al Ghul hair yet, and that's pretty much why I want the Ras Al Ghul hair. Not just for this style. I could probably tweak one of my other armories in order to use the Ras Al Ghul hair. We'll see when I finally get the hair. So let's see. I guess I could still do a couple of duos or maybe a 4-player mission. Uh, I'll do that next time, I think. I think that's going to be it for now. So again, essentially the goal is to try to reach 105. So if we're lucky, uh, maybe next time, but it'll probably take us 2 more gaming sessions in order to be able to achieve that. Let's take a quick look at our mainframe. I'll probably sort my inventory in a minute or two. So I guess that's it for now, guys. I'll probably just do some managing my inventory and repairing and all that good stuff. No reason to keep the video going for that. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.